Race number 6 is sponsored by Serviu. They deal with all the maintenance around where I live.
Oh, right.
So I look forward to meeting them there and putting my complaints list in. I should have got a runner. I think this is another one where...
Doug Watson handicap?
Yeah. I wouldn't have wanted to be Pat Dobbs here. I wouldn't have wanted to have to choose between Stormbelt and Henry Clay, because I couldn't have come off Henry Clay the way he won last time and battled to the line. And what I love about Henry Clay is a tough little git. But at the same time, I think Stormbelt was unlucky not to be given a 100 mark to run in the carnival, because he got beat 1.5 lengths by Shanshaw, which on reality could look a very, very good run.
That is a very good run
and
for me.
If he'd have been in that 6 runner handicap, 100 plus over 11 the other day, I don't think he'd have been too far away again. So you've got to like Stormbelt. You've also Red Duke is here. Mike de Cock's brought Red Duke along. He's got to have a chance.
Yeah.
Ukrainian hasn't run too bad. Tis, go on, say it for me. Tis now, Tis then has had 2 wins on the trot, but I think this is the toughest race he's been in for a while.
He's stepping up into the trip as well, isn't he? He's won a couple of miles now.
He's having a little bit extra.
Yeah, I know you don't get the choice, but to where to run.
Well, it's the only race he could get in. The season's nearly over. He's on form.
Yeah.
You have to look at Jahil as well. I know he was well behind Tis now, Tis then, but it was his first run at the track, and or was it his second run? It could have been his second run at the track.
Yeah, second run, yeah.
They say he's improving all the time. He's a big baby. But here's one to upset the market. He does it every year, and I've always said this is one of those horses that for some reason the handicapper just feels he's got a drop.
Yeah.
Isjar. Now, you heard me complain earlier in the year about my horse, Karma Chameleon, couldn't get a pound off him for 2 years. His jar finishes beaten 4 lengths, gets dropped £2. Before that he was third. Beaten 6 lengths, gets dropped £3 for that race. Before that he was beaten 4 lengths, dropped £2 for that. I was getting those finishing positions, couldn't get a pound with Karma Chameleon. His jar every single year pops up with a 14-1 winner, and till now I've caught him. Every year I've caught it. He's had a 14-1, he was 7-1 this time last year, and he always wins one near the end of the season. Go back through his whole form in the UAE, he nicks a race at Jebal Ali at the end of the season. And purely on Henry Clay there, if you look at the Henry Clay race, let's throw it up because I can do that here. The Henry Clay race, he was rated 96. Henry Clay was rated 88. Henry Clay was running off 54.5. So Isjar was giving him 3.5 kilos, beaten 6 lengths. So 3.5 kilos, beaten 6 lengths. This time, Henry Clay is giving Isjar 2.5. So that's a big turnaround. 6 kilos for 6 lengths. It's not a kilo a length, it's a pound a length.
Yeah.
So in reality, you'd have to say Isjar would give Henry Clay a run. I think Henry J and Stormbelt are very close.
That's the reason I've gone for Stormbelt. To be honest with you, of the two, I like you say, Henry Clay is a battler, but so is Stormbelt, isn't he? And he's for me, he's running much better.
Well,
races.
for me, I think Stormbelt's improved beyond all recognition this year.
I know what you're saying about his edge, and I really feel you've got it right there. That's why I've actually of the 3 Doug Watsons, and you're right, he should have a good day, hopefully. Stormbelt for me is the one that I'd always pick, and he runs anywhere, doesn't he? You know what I mean? He runs anywhere, on any track he runs up to standard, on any track, Sharjah, Maidan or whatever, Jebal Ali, he just runs well. I
think his best form is on the dirt, and I think this track will suit him. But he ran really well on the all-weather at Maidan, and I think you look at that, maybe even after Super Saturday, you look back as a really good run. I think he's improved massively. And I ended up going for Stormbelt. Couple of reasons, but I think Isjar will be very close, and if he's what the price I think he might be again, because he often gets those, he's one of those the bookies seem to misinterpret.
Certainly.
And I think he could be like 10-1, 12-1, and if he is, I'll be having an each way punt on him and cheering on Stormbolt.
I think with Sandshaw he's going for Super Saturday in a big race.
Yeah.
I think that's a big mark for Stormbolt, and I really feel he's the one to follow. Really.
I also said, I look at me handicap marks and things like that, and I said to Doug after the race, Sandshaw was rated 100, Stormbolt was rated 97, so it was 1.5 kilos. 3 races prior to that, no disrespect to Sharjah, Stormbolt was running in Sharjah, and Shamshawn was winning a Group 1.
Exactly.
How a Group 1 winner got here off 100, I don't know. But he's just been beaten by a proper Group 1 winner.
Yeah.
And now he's running in a handicap again.
There you go.
Jebal Ali. I think Stormbolt's got more improvement.
I do, yeah.
Could be an even better horse next year.
Certainly.
Right, last Jebal Ali. We hope we've helped. We've agreed on 5, which is a bit worrying, and I kind of also liked his one in the maiden, but I wanted to pick something different, which I'm glad I did now. Otherwise, I didn't need him here. And I just done it myself. Let's give you a few things to look out for. Pat Cummings, check out www.DubaiRaceNight. Lots of forms, figures, facts. He gives you a lot of insight. Yeah. Definitely worth listening to. The tipsters page on Mark's site, www.comracinguae.com. Check out the tipsters. One of them's doing really well at the moment, isn't he? Just opened up a little gap on everybody, which will really upset Mr. Hooper when we see him at the weekend. And if you're interested in getting involved in horses, there's a horse sale coming up. I'm going to go shopping, so if you want to own a half a leg, hoof, ear, I'd go for the nose because you collect the winnings.
That's what wins the money.
Yeah, it's winnings, the nose. Check out www.eeracingclub.com. Click on the link next to this. We're going to discuss Super Saturday.